Here's a quick guide to the Growing Up Wild activity, Oh Deer.
So, we're going to talk about deer. So what are the two types of deer that we have in Montana?
To start, get the students involved by asking them what they know about deer and what they need to stay alive. If they name one of the things on a food, water, shelter, or space card, ask them more questions about that specific topic and explain terms if needed. After the students have identified the four needs, ask them where a deer might be able to find everything it needs to live. At this point, either introduce or review the term habitat. Explain that a deer's habitat should have each of the four needs for them to stay alive. Now you can introduce the activity they will use their habitat headbands for. To form the groups, have the children count off from 1 to 5. Those in the first group will be the deer. Assign the other habitat components to the other numbers. Position each child's headband so the picture of their assigned habitat component is showing in the middle of the forehead. Have the deer group go to one end of the playing field, and then mix up the habitat students at the opposite end. To begin the activity, hand out habitat cards to the deer and let them know what habitat component they need to find for that round. Remind them to behave like live deer while moving across the playing field. When the deer find the habitat component they need, they will bring that child back to the other end of the playing field with them. That student then also becomes a deer. If the deer cannot find the component they need, they become part of the habitat. Once the round is complete, record the number of deer. Play for at least 5 rounds and record the changes each time. You may want to graph the deer numbers on the board to show students how many deer survived through all of the rounds. Talk to the children about the number of deer for each round and why the changes occurred.